Every now and then, a car that defies every rule is born after the other. The pilot becomes one.
We examine all of these options to see if you can troubleshoot where the smell is coming from. We also show you possible ways to fix the problem, so you can get back to enjoying your car again. Today only on Trinix Auto Fix. Reasons car AC smells like vinegar. The most common reason why your car's AC smells like vinegar is that mold may have grown in the air valves, ductwork or components. There may also be too much condensation or an old and clogged cabin air filter. Here is a more detailed list of why your car AC smells like vinegar. 1. Mold in vents or ductwork. The growth of mold is one of the #1 reasons for the vinegar smell. Thankfully, mold doesn't grow quickly, so it's easy to prevent this situation from happening, especially if you keep up with AC system maintenance. If you live in a warm, humid climate, mold growth is more prevalent. That's why it's important to clean out the air conditioning system as often as possible. Otherwise, you could find yourself dealing with mold. If you do find mold in the system, you must deal with it immediately. This problem can lead to respiratory illnesses, especially in those that are prone to problems. It can also cause irritation of the sinuses and headaches that you shouldn't have to deal with. 2. Dirty and old cabin air filter. Musty smells also often come from a contaminated or clogged cabin air filter. This filter is great for trapping particles and debris, keeping the AC system protected. However, when the filter gets clogged, it can also hold onto moisture and start to grow mold. To prevent this, you must make sure that you are replacing the cabin air filter at the specified times indicated in the owner's manual. Usually, you should replace this filter every year, but many people overlook this. It's a simple process that saves you from smelling vinegar and keeps the cabin air at its highest quality. Related. 3. Moldy evaporator coil or fins. It's also possible that the mold has built up in the evaporator coil or fins. Usually, this happens when the vehicle isn't used regularly and it sits. To keep the moisture down, you want to run your vehicle regularly and turn on the AC system to dry it out. The vinegar smell is just one indication that there's mold in the system. It could also cause the AC system to break down completely, especially as the growth becomes worse. 4. Excessive condensation. The AC system regularly gets moisture and water trapped inside. This condensation alone can lead to a vinegar smell, even if mold hasn't begun to form. Trapped condensation often occurs because the system hasn't been run or there's a clog somewhere. A good way to tell if there's a clog is to watch for the regular water flow that should be coming from under your car when the AC is running. If you don't spot this normal dripping function, which is the system draining, the moisture might be getting trapped somewhere inside. 5. Dead organic material. Nobody really wants to think about animals getting into the system, but it can happen. Animals will venture into vehicles, especially after the car has been sitting for a while or if there are crumbs and food inside. If the small animal were to get trapped in the car system, it would end up dying. It wouldn't take long after this process for you to smell the decaying corpse, which could resemble vinegar. You will smell it even stronger if the animal dies near the blower. How to remove vinegar smell from car. 1. Replace cabin air filter. The first step you should take when your car AC smells like vinegar is to look at when the cabin air filter was last changed. How often the filter should be changed in your car depends on the make and model. Usually, it should be replaced every year, but check your owner's manual for the correct schedule. Anyway, replacing the cabin air filter is often quite cheap and easy, so if you suspect the filter is bad, replace it. 2. Clean inlet and drain. If you find a lot of mold or condensation in the cabin air filter, even if it was changed not too long ago, you need to find the cause of this. Look for trapped leaves in the system inlet and the drain under the front windshield of the car. If the leaves clog the drain pipe under the windshield, the water will flow into the cabin air filter and start to mold, so it's important to keep it clean. Due to the fact that it can be very difficult to reach the inside of the vents to clean them properly, it's much better to spray a special cleaner into the system to kill the bacteria. 3. Use an air condition cleaner. There are special air conditioning cleaners that you can buy and spray into the air conditioning system to kill bacteria and mold. These bottles are quite cheap and something anyone can try for themselves. However, be sure to replace the cabin air filter beforehand and remove any leaks. 4. Clean vehicle. Once you have removed all of the smell from the vehicle, it makes complete sense to clean the rest of your car right now. The smell could have permeated other surfaces, so you don't want to take any chances. It's important to get into every corner of the vehicle, but first, you have to start by removing any objects that don't belong. From here, you can work on the floor mats, seats, upholstery and hard surfaces. Just make sure you use appropriate cleaners for every surface and only use what's safe for the material. For example, you need to be especially careful what cleaners are used on leather. Aside from this, it's important to vacuum out the interior and wipe down every surface. You could add a quality air freshener to the cabin, which would help the odor get cut down. Additionally, it's wise to regularly clean the inside of the vehicle to keep the odors to a minimum. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. Bye for now.